Now, my brother, the sister, I wanted to say something to you. Thank you for the video that you sent me. That even gave me more information on this Umar Johnson, or he say, Dr. Umar Johnson. I don't think you're a doctor, Umar. I don't even think you're a psychologist, or any motherfucking thing like that. I think you are a fake. Do you hear me? I think you've been pimping the motherfucking people. You've been lying, my brother. Because as we study, research you, and pulling out more and more data, just like you supposed to graduated high school in 92, and from 92 to 2004, there's nothing there whatso motherfucking ever. Now, the school that you represent, Millerville University, never really heard of them. But you say you got your PhD from Millerville, Pennsylvania. Now, if y'all read in the video to my sister that put the video up there, you see that Millerville says that you must have a master's degree before you can even knock on the goddamn door. You can't come in there with a bachelor. You have to have a master and certify yourself with all different little things, FBI background checks, child abuse clearances and shit. You gotta have all this shit just to enter the program. And in nowhere in his profile or case file does he put any documentation about where he got his master's degree, what is his master's degree in. None of that shit. It's missing. And then he's saying from 2004 to 2009 that he gained his PhD at Millerville within a 5-year period. Now, you got to be one smart motherfucker to gain all this, and they say before you even enter the course that you have to be already at a master's degree level, and you have already had to be studying within a 5 to 7 year period, in which I heard most psychologists say that you will have to study just to get your basic certification, not a doctor, just certification as a psychologist. Now, here's the juicy shit, Omar, or Opie, or whoever the fuck you are. Because now, once you complete your dissertation and all this shit for your PhD, now everyone know that you will have to write a thesis, a paper, an argument to say what your primary study is, and that you will have to get 5 other psychologists, and you will have to put them together on a board, and they have to review your paper, and they will have to argue and ask you to come forth and argue your theory on the subject that you chose to run your thesis on. Now, all theses are published by the university, so anyone that wants to read your paper, your argument in psychology, or physiology, whatever the fuck you say you are. Now those people have to agree and give you a passing grade before and only time, motherfucker, that you can call yourself a doctor is after you get passed by the board, the members who read your theses. We can't find your theses nowhere. So how in the fuck are you calling yourself a doctor? Umar Johnson? How are you talking all this shit all over the state, all over the country, you say? You go from state to state to state, representing that you are a doctor, that this is a national motherfucking license you got. In reality, you can only practice your psychology in Pennsylvania, where you at, if you had a psychologist's license. You can't go to other states and declare yourself a doctor and all this bullshit when you're in another state. That will leave the door open for liable. You could be sued the fuck out. You know that, don't you, Umar? But here's the goddamn meat. Now, all the shit that I have said and all the things that we have wrote down from the university that you said yourself that you got your PhD from. Umar, we also found out that they do not have a PhD program at Millerville. That means, Umar, you couldn't have done your PhD work at Millerville because Millerville don't have a PhD program. That means you would have had to go to some other university, some Ivy League university, to finish your doctorate degree. So that means you never wrote a paper, you don't have a master's degree. So what are you teaching? Prison shit? Some shit you learned on your own, huh, Umar? And you running around telling everybody you a goddamn doctor when you ain't? Ain't that some shit? That's some shit to think about. God damn, Umar, you that desperate? You got that narcissistic type motherfucking attitudes and shit? You easy to trigger? You out there cussing motherfuckers out, telling motherfuckers they ain't shit and this and that, and I would never, ever, ever, ever pimp the black nation? What the fuck are you doing, Umar? Because your timeline is too wide open. There's things that's not in proper order. Like I said before, Umar, your papers is not in order. You have some missing links, missing shit, missing time, too many motherfucking space, too much gap, 12 motherfucking years. How many motherfucking years do it take to become a shrink? The way you saying it, it took you, what, 14 goddamn years? Is that how long it took? But you have no paperwork. And you know, psychologists, lawyers, and doctors and shit, they are some uppity motherfuckers. They love putting out, I've been to Yale, I studied under so-and-so, so-and-so. And yes, Umar, who have you studied under? Which psychologist have you studied under? Because to become a PhD, you have to have someone that's watching your work, telling you how to stay on the path, and all this good shit. But you so self-taught, ain't you? You don't talk about none of that shit. But you and your documentation is too many goddamn gaps, Umar. So like I said, until you show us your motherfucking papers, Do you show us where you did your master's studies? Show us where you did your PhD, because you didn't do it at Millerville, because they have no PhD program there. So what the fuck is up, Umar? So like I say, it's time for you to step the fuck up, and let's clear all this shit up, Umar. Can you clear all this shit up? Or you going to send your flunky motherfuckers like you did the first time to call theyself trying to kiss 50 yards of your ass? I don't give a fuck who you are, Umar. You say you are a doctor, you damn well better be a motherfucking doctor, nigga. Because you running around call yourself pimping to people. The one motherfucking thing you said you wouldn't do. But seems like this is one motherfucking thing you are doing. You call yourself educated, and you think nobody will check you the fuck out? You ain't the only motherfucking niglet that's educated, motherfucker. And you sitting up here holding the brass ring, I'm a doctor. So you think that shit supposed to fly with the real motherfucking people. Like I say, Umar, you got time. You got nothing else to motherfucking do but to prove who the fuck you say you are. Let's see all these motherfucking degrees that you say you are. You say you a goddamn doctor? Then motherfucker, prove it. Because I don't think you are. I think you a lying, porch monkey, son of a bitch. Now that's what I think, Umar Johnson or Obi Kenobi. You ain't nothing but a wannabe motherfucking psychologist, because in your records it don't show shit. And like I said at the end, Millerville don't have a PhD program. So how in the fuck can you be a PhD there and you don't hold none of the degrees? You haven't done none of the certifications. You don't have liability insurance to be a doctor. Did you do a FBI motherfucking background check? Did you do a Pennsylvania child abuse clearance? Do you have the clearance, Umar? Let's see the goddamn numbers. Let's see the registrations of all these motherfucking certificates you supposed to have to call your motherfucking self a doctor. A doctor of the brain. I think you a doctor of your ass. And what they said else, that you a gay motherfucker, I think you that too. I think you a undercover, fag-ass, porch monkey, sold-out-ass Asian nigga. That's what I think. And like I said, you got plenty motherfucking opportunity. Oh, ma, prove me wrong. Rasta, fag-ass, fake-ass, motherfucking porch monkey, undercover fruit. That's what you are. And like Bugs Bunny said, what's up, Doc?